Over the summer term, 3 boys from the same class are struggling with poverty, homelessness and overcrowding.
I came in year 2, you came in year 3. And I came in year 4. Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
The £20 cut in universal credit means as many as 300,000 more children are being pushed below the poverty line. But with fuel prices at an all-time high and landlords once again able to evict tenants, homelessness is also threatening Britain's most vulnerable children.
Because I heard that you haven't got TV or no Wi-Fi, anything to do at home. What I've done, I've made you a little pack.
These kids speak for over 4 million children growing up in poverty in Britain today.
They have a very small home with barely any bedrooms, where there's 4 people squished into one room. My mum has been on a bidding list for about 9 to 10 years, and she hasn't gone nowhere. You need money because you can have a house and can have anything you want.
After almost a year of lost education,
I cry because I can't understand the work very well. It just feels absolutely terrible to get confused.
these are 3 voices that speak for so many children growing up homeless and poor, as universal credit uplift is taken away. This is their story, in their words. Farley Junior Academy is on the edge of Luton, in one of the most deprived wards in Britain. During the pandemic, the partial closure of the airport, the biggest source of jobs in the area, hit the town hard. Schools across Luton found families were struggling more than ever.
If you could go through those bags and make sure we've got all the right stuff in them. Could we have half taken out any non-halal?
Jakob, Kai and Kasim all get help from the school's pastoral care team, Alifa and Nicola.
Yay!
You love carrots.
Kai's mum has a full-time job as a care coordinator, but she still has to rely on universal credit to get by and would struggle without the help the family gets from the school.
School gives us lots of food to help us a lot because she could get a little poor end here. And it would be hard for her to pay for food.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I know other families they help. They once helped Jakob. They've helped Kasim before. They've helped me a lot. They've helped me the most of I know of.
The largest food bank provider in the UK, the Trussell Trust, saw demand go up by a third last year. They provided almost 1 million food parcels for children. Kai lives on the outskirts of Luton. He shares an overcrowded 2-bedroom house with his mum, stepdad, sister and 2 brothers.
This is my Leo's bed. This is Lily Grace's bed. We moved her ladder to here because she had a new bed. Here sleeps Zach. I sleep on the top bunk. Since I was born, I had this bedroom. I want my own room because I wouldn't have to hear weird noises at night. And then every night I wouldn't have to hear just someone stomping into my room. And it's hard for me to sleep. Flame aspect 2! Even though my next door neighbour, they both have bigger houses and master bedrooms. I don't care if we have a small house. At least it's something and we're not homeless. Oh, it's the middle of the night. Go back to sleep. Stop. My mum's not that rich. I do save up money in my piggy bank. I will try and lend her some. I will try and lend her as much money as possible.
Even though his mum has a full-time job, after paying for housing, utilities, transport and debt repayments, Kai's family are left with just £8 per person per day to spend on food, clothing and anything else they need.
I'm 8. My mum finds this weird, but we've never been on holiday. Doesn't matter if you go on holiday or not, you can still be a great person. I don't want to go on holiday because you have to spend money out there because you'd have to pay for the thing, yeah? But when you get there, you'd have to spend even more money by buying a ticket, and then sometimes you can buy food unless you brought your own food. But on planes, isn't it, you're allowed your own food? I've never been on an airplane because my mum's not rich enough to. She spends it all on rent and everything else, and I don't care as long as she's trying her best. I love her as much as I do. Sometimes my auntie asks, have you been on an airplane? It'd be a long drive to get to an airport, wouldn't it, from where we live? I don't know the closest airport. Huh? Yeah, that's an airplane. EasyJet, rare. It's uncommon to get that. It's rare because EasyJets they're quite expensive, aren't they?
The overcrowding and lack of sleep have badly affected Kai's schoolwork.
You get distracted on the carpet and on the tables, and if I didn't, I might not struggle so much.
Hands up, not cool.
If you're getting distracted, you're missing out on your learning, and learning's important. Very important. Because if you go to high school and you don't know stuff, it would be embarrassing because you would have to go back into your normal schools, and if you're not learning, your life is going to be terrible.
Jackson kind of looking at yesterday, you kind of did the opposite, isn't it? Yeah?
Housing Charity Shelter found 9 out of 10 teachers they surveyed said homelessness and bad housing led to children arriving late for class. 9-year-old Kasim, a friend of Kai's, has been repeatedly late to school all week.
And what happens?
I just don't like getting up early.
Okay, I'm gonna get you an alarm clock. Your own alarm clock. And then there will be no excuses for you going to bed late or getting up late.
The only thing I don't like about school is getting up early.
Kasim lives in temporary accommodation with his 3 brothers, 2 sisters and their dad, Farhad. Their parents are separated, though they still see their mum regularly.
There isn't enough room. We're having to use a room downstairs as a bedroom. And we have to put 2 bunk beds in one room. And with the bunk beds, we also cut off some corners. Sometimes it's hard to sleep because when I get my younger brother to sleep, it's hard because we have to put videos on for him, or we have to make the room not completely pitch black, and we like sleeping when it's pitch black.
With the twins not yet in school, Farhad can't work, so they live on universal credit. After essential bills, the family used to have £6.90 a day each to cover food, clothing and anything else they need, but the drop in universal credit has cut that down by 40p a day.
I normally like playing with RC cars, but I don't have one. We don't have enough money because he gets a bit low on money when we need to go shopping. And if you go poor, you can't pay your rent.
Bills are rising. There's still the rent he has to pay, so obviously it's still tough. When we're running out of money, me and Tegan, we're often going around the house turning off any switches we're not using. Usually we make sure there's no lights on during the day because that's just a waste altogether. And then there's any sockets that are on that shouldn't be on, like the toaster when it's not being used, or the cooker. We'll go around and we'll turn them off just to see if we can save some more of that electricity.
bills aren't 13-year-old Nyla's only worry. The family was evicted from their last house with just a week's notice from their private landlord. She's haunted by the fear that the same could happen again.
You never know when you're going to be told you've got to get out of a place, or that you've got to move and there isn't a place ready for you to go to, and that you're going to be thrown out on the streets. Sometimes I spend more time worrying about whether or not they're going to kick us out.
The way that works is they could ring me today and say, we want you to move to a different address by Friday. So I'd have to pack up and move.
I end up focusing more on that than I do my studies, so I end up paying less attention to school than I would like. Ray, can you go downstairs, please? Because I'm trying to do my homework. And you got ice cream. You're supposed to eat downstairs, remember?
Why?
Because. Go on. I'll go play with you in a little bit, go on.
Kasim also struggles with the many rules that make this a house, but not a home.
I kind of hate it. I can't hang things up. I might want to make a poster and hang it up on the wall, but I can't.
Kasim, he likes Lightning McQueen. He can't put posters up or any pictures that he colours in. It's a breach of the licensing agreements. It's the rules. You have to follow them, unfortunately. It's either that or you're at risk of putting yourself out on the streets.
If we go homeless, the only thing we actually have to stay in is my dad's car. And last time my dad's car had a load of things in it, his rear suspension felt like it was going to collapse.
Despite the eviction ban, a family became homeless every 3 minutes during national lockdown. The housing charity Crisis estimates that over 100,000 households have been put at risk of losing their homes by the universal credit changes.
Or your uncles, or any man in your family.
The lack of sleep and constant worries over eviction have taken their toll on Kasim's education.
I worry about falling behind on my maths on topic. Well, mostly maths, because some maths time I keep on nearly falling asleep, and that I don't know what to do.
What do you have to do with a 10?
You only have to put a 0 up.
That's it. So how can you struggle with a 10?
It's not a struggle, they're both easy, but I like doing the 11s better.
What about the 12s?
Housing Charity Shelter says 9 out of 10 teachers surveyed found that children with housing problems had less energy when they were in school and less motivation.
But with someone like Kasim, he's one of those children that keeps it all in. How he's feeling, and he doesn't want to upset or hurt or, I don't know, be a burden at home and be the happy-go-lucky little brother he is.
I ripped my trouser.
Oh no! Okay, so it's not bleeding, so it's okay. When we go back in, if it still really hurts, maybe we'll put some cold water on it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you should be fine. Come on.
School uniforms are a major expense for many families, so a local charity has set up a uniform exchange.
Wanted to exchange some trousers.
They're 12 to 11, but they shrunk a bit.
They shrunk, did they?
And also, I fall over a lot.
I don't think they give you knee pads.
Right.
Yes, but when I fell over once,
Well, I fall
this
over
was
a
shorter,
lot
they
too.
ripped.
Look in the mirror.
Go on. Go stand in front of the mirror.
They're way too huge.
You want them all.
They're a bit long, but...
Yeah, but they're going to adjust them for you.
You think, yeah? And they are too long, they do need adjustment, don't they? How soon do you need them? Is it? They can be ready by tomorrow, sort of lunchtime, if Dad's around.
Well, he's got the ones he's wearing.
Yeah?
That's it at the moment.
Okay, alright.
Kasim's friend Jakob is also homeless. He lives with his mother and sister in a hostel near the airport.
The worst thing that where I live is a creepy house.
In Luton, 3 boys from the same class are struggling with poverty, homelessness and overcrowding.
They're playing together, they're mixing, And it's not about schoolwork. It's not about I can't do it. It's about getting in the water and just being yourself, just playing. I think playing is an important part of education. I don't think many of them get to go swimming. I don't think it's a standard thing that they do. Lots and lots of these children never ever go to the seaside. Swim for it, Jacob! Jacob, swim for it! Use your arms like that, yeah? Jacob is one of those that do struggle. Jacob doesn't always have the gear. School provided his swimming kit today. From the minute he comes in and he gets his swimming kit, he's smiling and he's laughing and he can't wait to get here. And I think he'd stay here all day if we let him.
When his parents separated, 9-year-old Jacob had to move into emergency housing with his mum and little sister, Rabia. After service charges in the hostel and the cost of getting the kids to school, Jacob's mum has around £7 a day left for each of the family to cover food, clothing and anything else they need.
I have a bunk bed and single bed.
The building used to be university halls, but is now leased to the local authority. With the national housing shortage, councils are increasingly having to use commercial and office space. Some families are put here while the council decides if they are intentionally homeless.
Boarding house lang lagi. Kichu time যায় না, সময় পাস হয় না, অত ওলা লাগে কি ভাল লাগে না আর রাত হয় না জাস্ট দিন বেশি লম্বা দিন
My home is like very, really old and it looks like someone's used it. And we have to share toilets and nobody ever flushes the toilet. It's boring because there is no garden because it's a flat. It's a car parking, so if you play there, a car might run over you if you're not looking. The lights, they don't really work properly, and the doors, they're so loud and it's creeping me out. And the beds, they just have like stains on them, and the taps are running and they're making a squeaky noise. When I'm sad, I feel like I'm falling off a cliff. And then when I go on the floor, I die. But that doesn't really happen. When I'm sad, then I can go to the park. When we go in the park, we play tag and sometimes we play hide and seek. And we go on slides and everything because it changes my mood.
Freedom of information requests were sent to every council in England. The replies indicate that around 20,000 families with children are in a similar situation to Jacob, living in emergency accommodation. Back at school, Kasim has been getting some extra support to help him catch up.
You are going to try and improve these headlines over here.
Mayhem at zoo and koala. Mayhem at zoo and koalas missing. This is how you spell koalas. I need to work a little bit on my handwriting.
How do you spell missing? S-M-I-S-S-I-N-G. Why are you laughing at me?
I need to work on my spellings because I spell most for words wrong.
At A-T. Okay, that's a good at. Z-O.
Me and some other people have been going to an extra group, a different group with for spellings that have a bit easier words.
Remember? My turn, together, your turn. Moth. Off, moth.
Off, moth.
Thing. Thing.
In Luton, after lockdown, children on average are 7 months behind those from more well-off backgrounds.
Right, you're on timetable rock stars.
During lockdown, since I wasn't going to school, I forgot most things. It made me feel a little bit dumb in lockdown, that I didn't know most stuff anymore.
I forgot my password.
So you were born in what year? Was it 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1-2, not 2-1. We can't buy that time back for them. So they've lost that time, and no amount of money doing a catch-up here and a catch-up there is not going to work. Half an hour a day is not going to fix it. Because they've missed so much. Use your finger to do every
And
word.
I felt sad for him.
In this pandemic, the need has risen.
And the fact that the parents do know that the support from the school is available, and more so, that they're reaching out a lot more, I think.
Initially, sometimes it's around financial, but then once you get to know the parents and the family, often other things come out.
Yeah, I've got a meeting with Alifa. Yeah, you?
Kasim's dad has come to ask Alifa about some extra help for his son.
Yep.
So tell me, what's going on with Kasim?
There's something I've been playing on my mind for a bit. I think that there's something not right with his reading and writing. I personally think he's got some learning issues.
I can take your concern to Kim, our Senko, who can look into it, observe him, and then get in touch with you to see what the next steps could be. Because she's more equipped and expertised in that kind of area.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah?
I'd rather reach out and get the help now rather than struggle and then get to that point where I'm in denial about a problem that's there, and I'd rather go to the appropriate people, try and get help with the issue.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna be the referee. Actually, no, I'm gonna be the gamer. You're first.
Kai has also been struggling.
Sometimes people are being mean to me. Stuff's going wrong. I'm not playing. Stop! Then I just get mad, and then people still annoy me. So I just go into a different version of me. Jacob! In my bad version, it's like me wanting to be horrible. Where in the good version, it's trying to take away the bad version, but the bad version's kind of fighting back. Oh, why am I so dumb? Yeah, we don't have the goal. Everyone versus you. Because that's not unfair. See, now he scored. Well, I don't care because we don't have the goal. I'm done. I'd be thinking I should have never played or done that thing. It just feels absolutely terrible to get confused. It feels really sad. Sad and mad at the same time. So when we were playing nicely, Jacob wouldn't listen to me.
Just ignore it and carry on playing the game. You see, you lost out. You keep walking away from it, you lose out every time. Can't we keep having this conversation every single day, can we? Please remember that, yeah? And let's go line up.
Kai's parents have been worried about his temper since the lockdown. They've come to see the school's special educational needs coordinator, Kimberly.
So as I said, we're going to put together the Edwin Lobo referral. So at school, we looked at patterns of behaviour, and the teacher noticed that she notices more patterns of the behaviour becoming difficult is when he's outside. Yeah. And what kind of patterns do you notice at home, like any triggers?
If his tablet stops receiving access to the internet, he loses his temper, he becomes
emotional.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, floods of tears, screaming and shouting.
And he throws things, doesn't he, out of frustration.
The next one says, is perfect in every way.
In my eyes, yeah, obviously
Of
he
course.
is. But, I don't know, because I don't like that question, because it just
It's
seems
not
like
nice,
you're,
is it? Yeah.
because you're not a certain way, you're not perfect.
Yeah. There are a few in this that are a bit like that.
Or maybe they should change the way they're...
They should, shouldn't they?
That's a bit mean.
It's not.
Because and that's really upsetting, because it's really upsetting, because you're saying because he's a certain way, from that list, he's not perfect.
Yeah.
Well, no child's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, obviously to a parent, your child is perfect.
My mum, I know how she loves me so much, because if she didn't love me, she wouldn't buy me a tablet. And she saved up £60 for a tablet. Imagine saving up £60. It took her a long time. I'm just building a mega house. No, a restaurant. I've never been to a restaurant. I want to go to a restaurant because they have fancy food and they have nice desserts. I'd really like to go to a place with macaroni and cheese for a food offer. I'll put a sign that says the options where you get to the order stand. Macaroni and cheese, pepperoni pizza, and some cool stuff that I like. When they changed the cafeteria at school, I was like, is it going to be epic? Is it going to be terrible? And then I realised when I walked in, it was extremely cool. It's got dinner booths, it's got tables, it's got everything that you need in a restaurant. Beef burger and a bun, please.
Wow. Is this for a couple of families?
I didn't realise there was that much food.
Yeah, this is just for Kasim, all of this.
Wow.
This one here is for Lily, Grace and Kai. And I think in this pile here or there is Rabia and Jakob's.
The food parcels have made a huge difference to Jakob's family. But because they share a communal kitchen with 2 other families, they keep everything in plastic bags on the floor.
Well, what I'm scared of most is not getting enough money to pay my rent and getting food. Because you can't survive without food and water. Well, I have temporary accommodation. My dad's bidding on houses.
So you live in a temporary house?
I live in a temporary house.
It's an international house.
Me and Kai, we both share a room with 4 people.
I just have 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms.
And you should ask your dad to get bidding on some houses so you can have your own house.
No, my mum can only go on a bidding list. My dad can't go on a bidding list.
In temporary house is the worst thing. It's like a workhouse. We don't have internet at home. You can get free internet when you're inside co-op, and then they will say you're connected, and then you can watch.
The super potato.
I always look for free internet because I want to watch YouTube.
Well, what's this?
You need to bring the coat.
little buttons on. Yeah. They're the Queen's buttons. They're like Queens. I think this is the flag of England. I don't know.
My friend's daddy's so rich. She wears nice clothes. I wish I had clothes.
This one's just for decoration, but I also do that on like when I forget to bring my normal coat.
And I only have a little bit of school stuff, like school jumper.
Come on. Yours is pretty too. It's tiny.
Yeah, but mine's too fat. And people say it's an auntie jacket.
Sorry?
People say it's an auntie jacket because it's too long. I always ask my mom if I can go Tesco and go buy something. She always says no. She can't even get me no toys. She can't give me no clothes. She can't give me anything.
Well, yeah, she's not going to whisper it, is she?
At the hostel, families have to share communal bathrooms and kitchens. So when Rabia and Jakob get food parcels from the school, they keep them in plastic bags on the floor.
Pizza!
Jakob has been struggling to see the whiteboard at school. But many families in emergency housing say they find it hard to get to places like dentists and opticians. Again, the school has stepped in.
You know, a lot of the facilities in this area is in the town centre. So things like your opticians, your dentists, things like that, they're in the town centre. And some of our families have been placed up by the airport. So it's an area they don't know, they're not familiar with. And so that, logistically, that has an impact on them actually knowing where to go and how to get there. So we would try and look at the solution.
Do you speak English?
She speaks Bengali.
Okay, but you can speak English, yeah? Okay, good. So, have a look at that screen behind Mommy. Can you tell me what letters are those? Can you see them or are they blurry?
Blur.
Okay, let us try with the other eye.
I have to have glasses. Can't see far away. The glasses are paying.
Are they? Are the glasses?
For money.
No, you get your glasses free. Yeah, so we do some glasses downstairs which are going to be free for you. Okay? And then we want to see him in 6 months again.
My glasses are free and it's good because my mum, when she pays it, then she's gonna have less money. So we got to free one. No. I found a plan. Wait, did you draw a picture for this yesterday?
Just get some ideas. And then you can swap around. So Jakob, you can take it off at break and lunch, yeah? And put it into your case. Okay? But keep it on in lessons because it'll help you see better. Okay?
It is.
Hi, good morning, Michelle. You're right. Good morning, Khalida. I want to take you guys through to the meeting room, if that's okay.
Local authorities are supposed to assess families within 56 days to then come up with a plan for longer-term housing. Jakob's family have been in the hostel for 113 days, so his mum has come into the school for advice. Figures returned from the Freedom of Information requests suggest that 16,000 families have currently waited longer than 8 weeks for a housing plan.
So obviously we want to talk today about your housing situation. So obviously it has gone over 56 days.
So aisun it's good jo goro hisabe matbal lagi afno lage tura buzai balagi ta ore khon.
I mean, I'm not sure how long it's going to be.
আমি তো দেখারি না তারা বাঙালি ফ্যামিলি গুলা শুন তারা তো কইরা 17-18 মাস থেকে তারা ওলা পড়ে গেছে
Met other people that they're Bengali families that have been there for 17-18 months and that scares her, that does worry her.
I know, but this is what I'm said to her, that she could be there. You could be there up to 2 years. They say that for temporary accommodation.
Uite fare 2 বছর at least না maximum হইতে পারে বুঝরানি এর ভিতরে দিলে হইতে পারে
Couldn't guarantee now for.
I think we expected it with the pandemic that we will be helping with housing, helping with benefits, making that odd phone call or filling up a form. It's as simple as that. If you haven't uploaded evidence form, you can get sanctioned. That means your benefit's going to stop. So let's prevent that from happening. And it takes me 2 minutes, and it might take them a day looking for someone to help them.
Councils in England said that a family's average stay in temporary housing was 10 months, though 40 local authorities reported an average of over a year.
What happened? Guy.
Kai. 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 What's the matter, Kai? Kai. What's happened? What's wrong?
I'm not allowed in his team, and he said on football I'm allowed to.
Should we go and talk to him about it?
Wait, did Levi say that?
3/4 of children who are growing up in poverty have a working parent. Though Kai's mum is a care coordinator, the family still relies on universal credit to make ends meet. But a recent change in her job title has led to her universal credit payments being put on hold, so things are harder than ever.
My mom's running low on money. She keeps on talking about it. I worry about my mom having less money because she can't pay rent. You know how days fly past? It's kind of like with rent. Because days fly past, rent flies past, doesn't it? I know, I'm just waiting for her!
Kai, don't shout at your sister. I was busy doing something. She couldn't go anywhere.
Get down! He's on the side. Right.
If my mum doesn't pay rent, I'll cry.
Right.
And it wouldn't be fun living on the streets. Because you have to beg people for food and they'll say no.
Mum, Rachel, hopes to find the family a bigger place. She's bidding for a council house, but has been on the waiting list for 8 years.
So this is where Mummy goes to look at all the council houses and see if there is a house available. So there's 1, 2, 3. So then we can go and look at this one. It's 3 bedrooms. So here it says 274, and there are 489 bids on this property.
But for one house?
Just for one house.
Whoa.
So 273 people would have to say, no, I don't want the property before I can even get to view the house.
I feel really sad because I don't like waiting longer. There's not a lot of houses for them, for a lot of people.
1.5 million people now live in overcrowded homes, up almost 50% in the last 5 years.
Oopsie.
Kasim is being assessed by Special Educational Needs Coordinator, Kimberly.
Oh, so noisy. I was looking at your fantastic handwriting, your amazing work, and then I would like to see how big and strong you are and all the things you can do in your PE. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think lockdown's had a massive effect in the fact that obviously these children who are living in temporary accommodation that doesn't have a garden and outdoor space, getting outside and playing, it just wasn't the priority for the lockdown.
Health and fitness have a direct impact on learning, and upper body strength is important to develop handwriting skills.
There you go, swing, and can you grab the next one? Ah, nearly. Obviously the equipment that we provide for the children, even in a junior school, helps them to take part in activities to try and build that strength. But sometimes we have children who require some additional support. Oh dear. When you think about children in different areas who go to lots of like swimming clubs after school, they take part in lots of different sports, playing musical instruments. A lot of our children don't get those opportunities.
While the end of the school year is welcomed by the kids, for their parents it means 6 weeks of no free school meals. Nicola is out delivering food parcels to help families who are struggling.
We referred some of our families to food bank and we asked them to deliver the food to the school. Then we did it to the families because sometimes there's a stigma attached to a food bank van pulling up outside your house. I'm just going to Kasim's house now to deliver what they've supplied for the family and to help them out during the holidays. Oh my word, they've got so big! Hello! Oh, you look like Kasim. It's this big family, he's on his own with the children. I know he's struggling. Nice to see you, boys. See you later. If we can alleviate one pressure from him or help out a tiny weeny bit, it could make a big impact on how he is at home, or how the family run. Money worries are huge and have such an impact on everyday life, and okay, it doesn't solve the problem, but it certainly will hopefully take the edge off it, even if it's for a couple of weeks.
I am worried with the holidays coming up. We are looking at different things to put in place so the children are seen. So we're going to invite them for the summer holiday 2 weeks into school where we're going to be running the summer camps. So at least we see them, they're taking part in some sort of activities and sitting at home.
And this one here is a £30 food voucher for Aldi. So it's only for food. Okay, see you later, boys. All right, bye.
It is sad seeing them going through certain things that you think, no, because I've got children and I wouldn't imagine them going through that.
1, 2, 3, go.
Today is the last ukulele class of term. One of the children will be awarded a brand new instrument to take home.
So what I looked at was who helps the most and who improves the most. And guess who thinks it's theirs? Put your hand up if you think it might be yours.
I was expecting like a favourite student, like Tyrell, Levi, Logan and Andrew, but then she said, so it's a boy, and I'm like, okay, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me.
It's Kai. Well done, Kai.
And then she said, well, you were the most helpful out of everyone, and I'm like, thank you. Ooh. Can I have this one?
You can. Well done, young man.
Things are also looking up for Kasim. His dad has rearranged the children's rooms so everyone can get a bit more sleep.
This is my new room. I have a toy corner. Mari sleeps there and I sleep there. Because last time he fell asleep on it, he fell down. It's made the room be a lot cleaner than it used to. And it's made it a lot easier for me to sleep. I'm able to wake up on time for school.
But for Nyla, there are other worries.
If the bill prices go up, my dad's going to have a harder time. Sometimes there are months where we barely have enough money to make it through the month. It's already difficult, and this is just going to make it harder on him. I can see a bunch of sticks and twigs on someone's shed.
I see clouds.
Yeah, clouds are moving. Come on, tell me which way the clouds are moving. They're going that way, are they?
And that way.
When it comes to this winter, I know I'm not going to be the only one suffering. I've got quite a few friends who also are on like low income, so there are going to be families out there during this winter who don't have enough money to pay their bills.
Over 4 million children are growing up in poverty, and 750,000 are homeless or overcrowded. Child Poverty Action Group predicts that ending the temporary universal credit uplift could push 300,000 more children into poverty. and 100,000 more households will be at risk of eviction. With fuel prices at an all-time high, children's charities warn a perfect storm is coming.
For the last time, Heracles, good afternoon.
I don't care if I'm rich or poor. I think I'll be poor, but I don't mind.
Well done, Kai.
Well done, young lady.
Well done, lovely. Well done to Kasim.
If I don't learn, I might not be able to get a good job and I might end up poor.
Jacob!
You need money because you can have a house and can have anything you want. And when I get older, I want to be an engineer.
My future would be better if I get a house because I want to live far away from here and I want to have a better life.
Have a good summer. And you, don't cry, you. Look after her, okay, Kai?
No. Being rich is not good because you're buying things there, but it never makes you happy, is it?
Hi, Kasim. Have a good summer.